There being 8 ayes, 5 nays, and 0 present not voting. The motion.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So today we're going to be talking about Texas and gun control. Two words that don't typically go together, but because of recent events and a statement that I just read from a prominent Republican in Texas, I'm wondering if things are starting to change, because they don't view things the way that I view things, that's for sure. And you guys are going to want to see the statement that he made, basically validating what a Texas committee just passed through. So let's go and talk about what's going on. This channel is proud to be sponsored by SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute. Have you ever wanted to learn more about gunsmithing, firearms repair, or shooting sports management? Enroll in one of SDI's online programs or courses to take your hobby to the next level. Payment plans and funding options are available, so visit the link below or call 480-999-4767 to learn more. So just in case you weren't aware, yesterday at the time I'm making this video, the Texas Committee on Community Safety passed HB 2744, which basically bans anybody from the ages of 18 to 20 from purchasing certain semi-automatic rifles. This bill passed through that committee, and I thought to myself, there's no way that it's going to go any further, at least that's what I thought at first, until I saw a statement from one of the Republicans on that committee. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we're talking about Representative Justin Holland, who also sits on that Community Safeties Committee. Now, Justin Holland put out a statement, and this statement starts off by basically glorifying himself, talking about how great he's been, pro-Second Amendment guy, he's been rated A by the NRA and so forth, basically talking about all of his support for the Second Amendment, basically up until now, where he used the word but. So he says everything that he says in his statement, then he says but, and continues on to say this. So let me go ahead and read it to you. Now here's the full statement right here if you want to read it. And I'm a little bit concerned that this might be the mindset of other Texas Republicans, and that's kind of why I'm bringing this up, because again, he talks about how great he's been on the issue, and then in the last paragraph he basically erases all that when he says, but after listening to many hours of testimony over this session, I became convinced that this small change to the law might serve as a significant rollback to a young person not old enough to buy tobacco or alcohol, acquiring a specific type of semi-automatic rifle, intent upon using it in a destructive and illegal manner. To be clear, I do not support a ban on the sale or possession of these types of rifles. Well, yeah, you do. I've seen that statement way too many times where people say I don't support a ban. That's exactly what this is. This is a ban on a specific age group of people who had rights before you voted on this, but afterwards would no longer have that ability. They wouldn't have that right anymore. So yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's a ban. So he says again, he continues to say, in fact, I own several myself. Well, that's great. Rather, I think that increasing the age requirement for purchase lessens the possibility that the weapon is misused while not undermining our fundamental right to keep and bear arms. What do you mean by not undermining our fundamental right to keep and bear arms? You are undermining that fundamental right for an entire group of people. What you mean when you say not undermining our fundamental right to keep and bear arms, you're talking about you. You're talking about other people who are, much more grown up than people who are 18, 19, or 20, who can vote, who can go to war, who can, sign up for the military, they can buy a house, they can sign a contract, they can do everything else, but for some reason they can't do this, right? You can't single out somebody from their one specific right, allow them to have every other right, but single them out for one specific right because of your own personal beliefs. But when you say again that it's not undermining the constitutional fundamental rights, you're basically just saying, well, for everybody else. So this is the kind of mindset that I'm worried about. This is the kind of mindset that leads to that slippery slope where you say to yourself, or you somehow convince yourself, that by simply making this small change or this small law or infringing on a right just a little bit or taking away from maybe just a small group of people somehow is okay. It's not okay. This is a big deal, a much bigger deal than he's making it out to be, and obviously a much bigger deal than the committee thought it was, because the committee passed it through. Now it has to go to the House for a full vote, where it has the potential of actually passing. Now, from everybody that I've seen talking about this issue who knows a lot more about it than I do, it seems like it would pretty much stop in the Senate. And so if it stops in the Senate, there's no chance of it going up to Governor Abbott's desk. And whether or not Abbott would even sign it is still unclear. It doesn't seem like he will. Based on interviews and things that I've seen, he wants to go another direction, so I don't think he would sign it to begin with. But again, just the fact that you have this shift in mentality, to make it seem like small changes are okay is what I'm most worried about. Now, I know I harp on this a lot, but I'm not going to apologize for it. If you live in Texas, this is the time that you need to contact your representative and let them know that you do not support HB 2744. You do not support that bill because it infringes on one of your rights. It doesn't matter what right it is, it infringes on one of your rights, and they need to stand up against that as well. So this is the time where you have to make those phone calls, write those emails, write those letters, whatever it is that you can do to show that you do not support this. Otherwise, if they don't hear from you, they're going to make up their own mind, and they're not going to know which side the support actually stands on, because I guarantee you the other groups, they're out there, they're lobbying, they're letting their voice be heard, they're standing out with their signs and waving things around, trying to get things done. We can't be the ones that are just sitting on the couch. We have to be the ones that are making our voices heard as well, because if we don't make a big enough stink about it, like the other side is, then the other side's going to have all the voice and we're going to have none of it. So again, this is the time to make some change. Hopefully Texas does what I think they'll do and just kind of throw this one into the garbage pail of history, and that'll be the end of it. So I want to let you guys know what's going on, what the mental shift might be in the legislature out there, and something for you guys to watch out for. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that little subscribe button and that bell notification to let you know when new videos come out. I do videos just about every single day talking about Second Amendment topics, news, and reviews.